Hey guys, this is Fiverr. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to craft a good body armor using fossils. I'll be focusing on two specific types of armors. The first armor I will try to craft is a chest piece with high life and offensive attack modifiers, like the one that I'm wearing. The second one will be a chest piece with high energy shield and good caster modifiers. I will go through what fossils we need, where to find them, and how to use them. And I will also go through what types of bases we want to craft on. And hopefully we can get something good out of this video. As always, the first thing to do is find a good base to craft on. If you're playing a build based on life, you're going to want to find either a zodiac leather or an astral plate. If you're playing a build based on energy shield, you want to look for a veiled regalia. The reason you want to use an astral plate rather than a glorious plate that has higher base armor is because astral plates have an implicit modifier that gives 8 to 12 to all elemental resistances, which is incredibly good because it makes it easier to reach your resistance caps. The next step is to try to get as high quality on the armor that you're crafting as possible. It's extra important on the veiled regalia since it increases your energy shield. You also need to make sure that the armor is either an elder armor or a shaped armor. To be able to roll some of the attack mods that we want, it has to be an elder armor. And to be able to roll some of the caster mods we want, it has to be a shaped armor. You can see in my inventory that the zodiac leather is a elder armor and the veiled regalia is a shaped armor. Now let's have a look at what fossils we're going to be using. For the first armor, we're going to look for pristine fossils and serrated fossils. Pristine fossils increases the odds of us getting life modifiers, and it removes the odds of getting evasion, armor, and energy shield modifiers. Serrated fossils increase the odds of us getting attack modifiers, and it removes the risk of getting caster modifiers. For the second armor, we're going to be looking for dense fossils and etheric fossils. Dense fossils increases the odds of us getting evasion, energy shield, or armor, and etheric fossils increases the odds of getting caster modifiers. There's another fossil that we can use, which is sanctified fossil. Sanctified fossil increases the odds of getting high values on the modifiers that we get. But they are also more expensive than the other fossils, and they are harder to farm. So if you have them, you can use them, but I don't recommend trying to farm for them. And it's not necessarily worth it to buy them either. The fossils also drop in different biomes in the mines. Pristine fossils drop in magma fissures and frozen hollow. Serrated fossil drops in frozen hollow. Dense fossils in fungal cavern and petrified forest. Etheric fossils in sulfur vents. And sanctified fossils can drop in petrified forest or frozen hollow. When you're farming for fossils, you should try to stay above depth level 75. All fossils have different spawn rate depending on what depth you are on, but at level 75 all fossils can spawn and they seem to do so at a fairly frequent rate. The higher the depth level, the higher the spawn rate seems to be. But as you get deeper, the sulfite cost also increases substantially. So staying around 75 or 80 or that range seems to be a fairly good spot. I will be farming at a slightly higher depth, but it doesn't matter that much unless you're going really far down, in which case the sulfite cost will be incredibly annoying. So I'm going to try to find some serrated fossils. This is why I picked an area that is fairly close to a frozen hollow section. Frozen hollows are the blue areas on the map. So the only reason I did that first stretch was to get closer to this area. Now you'll notice that I'm jumping out in every one of these little nooks and crannies, and the most important ones are these walls. It's usually behind these walls that you find the most valuable of the fossils, like in this case where I actually found a sanctified fossil. But it's always worth checking out all the other caves as well, because you can find a lot of currency by doing that as well. Now, I'm not going to show my entire delve here because it's going to be boring to watch. So I'm going to skip a little bit in the video and explain the important parts. So right now I have a bunch of areas where I can go. I'd like to go up north and get the dead end up there, but I also don't want to spend all the sulfite that is required to get to the furthest one of these nodes. So I'm just going to go to the first one to begin with. Now, when there's such a short distance between the nodes, there's rarely anything valuable between them. You should always check the caves that you find, but you're not going to find a wall between two nodes that are this close to each other. So what I'm going to do now, after I've bought some new flares and new dynamites, I'm going to take the other two nodes as well, but I'm not going to spend any sulfite on them. Instead, I'm going to go into the dark and just explore the caves. There will still be loot along the path, even if you don't have the mining cart with you. Now the first one likely won't have anything valuable, but I'm gonna explore it anyway for good measure. The other one is guaranteed to contain a wall, however. And after a little while of running around and being confused over the layout, I finally stumble upon it. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything really valuable behind it this time. Now I'm gonna tell you how I knew there would be a wall on that stretch. The delve map is divided into a grid network. You can never have a waypoint and a wall within the same square. That means that between these two nodes, there can never be a wall. There can never be a wall between these two, and not between these two. On this stretch, however, you are guaranteed to find two walls. Whenever there's an empty grid space along a route, it is guaranteed to contain a wall. So that means if you're looking for fossils, you're better off running the long routes, because you'll find the most valuable fossils behind walls. Now, whenever you're delving in the dark like this, you always run the risk of running out of flares, or finding yourself on a long stretch without enough flares to get yourself back. Whenever this happens, just log out to the character selection screen and then log back in again. During this delving session, which lasted about 20-25 minutes, I found 2 serrated fossils, 1 sanctified fossil, a few pristine fossils, and about 15 chaos worth of currency or so. But I think we're done delving for the moment. Let's see if I can actually do something with these fossils. Let's start with the zodiac leather. I only have 4 sanctified fossils, so I'm going to use 2 of them on each armor. And I don't need the perfect fossil, since I've already fixed the quality on the items. The reason why we only use 2 fossils, well, aside from the sanctified fossils that we're going to use now, is because we limit the amount of modifiers that the armor can get, which basically increases the odds that we get the mods that we want. There's a good website that you can use on PoEDB. I'll link the URL in the description. But here you can actually try and see what the odds are and what you remove when you use different fossils. For the first armor, we're going to use pristine fossils, which removed all of the evasion and armor and energy shield modifiers that we have here. And we're going to use serrated fossils, which added, increased the odds, increased the chance for us to get critical strike chance. It also increased the chance to get socketed attacks have less mana cost. And it also gave us the socketed gems are supported by level 1 maim. It also gave us, let's see, the pristine fossil also gave us this mod. And together with the elder mod that we can get, you can get insane amounts of life from these 2 and a good flat life roll. So ideally we want this roll, we want that roll, we want that roll. We'd like to have this roll and this roll. That would be the best scenario. Well, best scenario would be if we got this one as well. It is possible. This is why you use an elder armor. If you use a shaper base, you're more likely to get caster mods. Now, if we were to say add like scorched fossil, we would remove some modifiers, but we would also increase the likelihood of getting like fire mods, and we don't really want that. We don't want to increase the odds of getting any other modifier than the attack and the life modifiers. The same goes for any other of the elemental modifiers. I think metallic fossil would be the only one that would actually be kind of beneficial. It removes 2 prefixes from the elder mods that we can get, and it removes 1 prefix from the normal body armor mods we can get, but it also adds the likelihood of getting chance to avoid lightning damage when hit, and it also adds the likelihood of getting lightning resist. And I think we're better off having these extra possibilities than pretty much guaranteeing lightning resist instead. On the other armor with energy shield, we're gonna go with, let's see if I can find them here. Dense fossil, where is it? There we have dense fossil and we have etheric fossil. So it's basically the same except this time we get rid of any life. But let's start with the zodiac leather to begin with. So since we have sanctified fossils, we're gonna use 3 fossils the first time. That mod is nice, the socketed mana cost, but it's not good on its own. We want more than that. We want more than life and mana cost. And same for that one. The socketed support gems is also alright, I guess, but it's not what we want. So let's see, we have 7 attempts. We got a decent life roll. It's a tier 4 and we got the maim, but I don't think that's enough. We ideally want a percentage life roll as well. Okay, so that's really, I don't know what to say about this. This one is even worse than the one that I have. Like the life roll on this one is abysmal. It would be better with a crafted roll. You can actually craft 8% increased maximum life on this one, which would give it a decent amount. The mana cost and the maim together are nice. I'm gonna annul it just because, yeah, I ruined it anyway. Like if I would have removed the tier 11 life roll there, it might have been worth doing something with, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of that low hit points. It might actually have been worth something in its own, even the way it was earlier. The main roll and mana cost roll together are pretty valuable. That's just a very bad roll in every way possible. You want more than life. And here we got a really good one. The life roll is incredibly good. It's a tier 1 life roll. We got the tier 1 crit chance and we got the tier 1 main. The only downside with this one is that we didn't get any percentage life roll. But this is an incredibly powerful body armor. If we craft, let's see, we craft this modifier now, which increases the life by a lot. And we could slam an exalt on it if we wanted to. And if we're lucky, we can get something, because we have a prefix available. So if we're lucky, we can get the percentage life roll. I'm actually going to slam an exalt on this one just for science. And we got evasion. I mean, that's not bad either. And it's the tier 1 roll. This is a pretty good body armor. I think I would get less armor from it than my current one. I'm gonna check. I mean, not less armor, I mean less life. No, I actually wouldn't. Huh, that's surprising. This is a really good armor. Yeah, that's cool. So we actually managed to craft a good attack armor then. I just need to link this and then I'll probably use this. Let's see if we can craft a good Val Regalia as well. And let's use the Sanctified with that one as well. Etheric and Dense. And that's a really, really shitty energy shield roll. A tier 11 energy shield roll. I have a tier 12 life roll in this one. I'm actually gonna put that there so I don't accidentally do something with it. Again, a really, really bad energy shield roll. I don't know what's up with that. Something is really, really off here. That's a lot of energy shield. I'm not sure what an energy shield, what a body armor with that much energy shield would be worth. I'm gonna check actually. I'm gonna search offline as well. It's about 100 chaos worth, which isn't that much really, because the like the base itself, a shaped base, level 86 plus Val Regalia is, I don't know, I think I paid 60 chaos for this one. There we got the mod that we wanted, but we got really shitty life roll again. I don't know what's up. I don't mean the life roll, I mean energy shield roll. I don't know what's up with those rolls really. I don't know. 47 quality. Like if I were to, let's assume that I were to annul that one. Body armor, energy shield. And it had 47 quality, which is insane. And we had a tier 1 hybrid roll, was it? Yeah, tier 1 hybrid roll. And then let's assume that I craft a energy shield and another energy shield. I could get a lot of energy shield. Wouldn't be that much, but with the arcane surge on it, may be valuable. I don't know. But I bricked it. Actually, what mod did I remove? Yeah, I removed the quality. Yeah, I bricked it. Okay, so let's try again. And we didn't get anything good out of this one. But we got a good body armor from the attack one. I may try to craft on this one whenever I get new fossils. But there we go. That's how it works anyway. Now I just need to 6-link this one and get the right colors on it. And I don't think I have the currency to do that right now. So there you have it. That's how you craft a body armor with fossils. If you have questions or just want to hang out, feel free to join me on my Twitch channel or type to me in game or whatever. I'll supply a bunch of links in the description and I'll add a timeline to the video as well. Thank you for watching. Bye.